I've been interested in electronic music for many years. I think I really got introduced to it in the early 90s.
A long time ago, I started spinning in '99 because I was hanging out with somebody who had tables and I just picked up on it. But I played drums forever. So I just started getting into the breakbeat, the Florida thing, and just took it from there, you know.
I started back when I was in high school, messing around with turntables and really wanting to MC and all that stuff. But really what did it was we used to watch over these people's building, me and my cousin, and there used to be these two DJs that come in and do shows, and they'd come in and set up, and we were in charge of locking the doors, opening up, letting them set up, lock the doors after they left. Well, they left one day and we locked the doors, and after they left, we ran inside and turned on all their equipment, and I just sat there and spun for a couple of hours. Didn't know what I was doing, but I knew I was having a good time.
It was fun. I was hanging out with, actually Miguel. He taught me how and was like, this is what you do, and so I just practice, so it turned out okay. Mm-hmm.
I did the gig at Ionic, and the promoter from Club 5 saw me there spinning. I spun in the main room, and then I spun downstairs right afterwards. And when I got out of the main room, I went downstairs right afterwards because the other DJ didn't have a person that filled that slot. And so when I went downstairs, everybody else went downstairs too. And the actual headliner was left upstairs, not with that many people. And then they all came downstairs. So then the guy from, the promoter from Club 5 came up to me and told me that I needed to call him and talk to him. And that was actually Bruce Chambers. And approached me. And then like a few weeks later, I was going on right after Icy, you know.
My first big show was in January of 2000 at Club 5, where I got a residency there out of that. It was a lot of fun. That one stuck out because that was Montague. That was my first time I ever played in a big setting like that. Mm-hmm. That's very, very memorable. I really, really enjoyed that.
There's so many different, I'm going to say, styles. To me, it's all music, you know. The beauty of it as a DJ is to be able to blend from house to trance, and from trance to breaks, and from breaks to something else, that transaction. You know, I try not to stay in one. But you have your straight beat, which falls under house, trance, straight trance, hard house, Chicago house, German trance, deep trance. All that is your straight beat. It's a beat that just keeps going. You know, it's non-stop. If you listen to the bass, boom, 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 and it's basically keeping the same beat. And then you have, and this is just breaking it down, you know, in small categories, not in so many. You have your break beat, which the beat's a little bit different. I think this is a good beat track here. Okay. Boom tap, boom boom tap, boom tap, boom boom tap, boom tap, boom boom tap. That's the break. The beat is broken up. It's not a straight beat. So boom tap, boom boom tap, boom tap. So that's what we call a break. This would be considered new school, or some people call it darker break. You know.
The breaks are always vocally, have a lot of bass. Tend to go to more of that bass sound.
You're mixing, you have your lows, your mids, and your highs, okay? You can adjust. You can take the whole bass out of it, take the mid, take the highs, okay? You're gonna have to adjust them. It's like like an artist that's playing an instrument is playing with your strings and with his notes. If everybody's on an A note, then he needs to be on an A note, unless it follows up, the song is followed up with a B note or a flat note or whichever. The same thing with here, you're mixing, you're composing. So the idea is to try to get this song, and I'm gonna start off with this one, and I want this one to blend into this one and make it sound like two songs. That means that if this one's talking, this one's not gonna be talking, unless they're making a verse. Basically, if you had two people trying to carry on a conversation and they're trying to talk at the same time, then nothing comes out, nothing gets accomplished. Same thing with mixing.
Give me the track. 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 Give me the track.
Matching the beat, listening to one song in the headphones while the other one's playing on the monitor, and you just match up the beat and know the record so well inside and out that you know exactly where you want to bring in a certain song, or if you want to play two songs at the same time, you just know the record so well that you know exactly where to bring them in, and you just bring them in on the channel with the mixer. You have one going full blast and just fade the other one in, and you let them both ride for a while, and then you eventually drop the other one out, and hopefully it all doesn't sound like shoes in the dryer when you're done, but that's pretty much how you do it. It's very simple. Speed it up and slow it down to keep up with the song that's playing, and that's it.
I'll try to mix for as long as I can. The longer the mix is, the more you can enjoy both songs. Plus, it's a brand new song, because in the mix you're creating a total different sound from what either one alone can carry. Okay, so we're gonna try it over here. And what I'm doing here is I'm cueing. I gotta listen everything that's being played. And here, I listen to it here because I'm not going to bring it out to the crowd until it's ready. They're both going at the same time. They're sounding as one. You can't tell the difference. They're not interfering with each other. They're both going into the change together. That's your phrasing. You can tell they're on time because they both go in together. So the idea is to catch both of them and have them both going at the same time so that it does not sound distorted. If you start sounding distorted, then it's not a clean, it would be like kind of like a band that just started practicing together and one person is going one way, the other person is going the other way. You got to bring all the band members together with their instruments, and their instruments play together at the same beat, at the same tone, at the same volume, everything to make that one song. And that's about what basically mixing you're doing. You've got one band that's playing one style or one type of music, and I've got the other band that's got something else totally different, and it's how can I get those two to come together and sound good, make a whole new song, and that's where your mixing comes in.
Really, it depends on the night. If it's a big breakbeat show, then I always get a really good response. I do get a good response at BB8. People are they're energetic. They look up and, when they hear a song that they recognize and that they like, or they hear a new song that they like, and they just feel very appreciative. They show appreciation. So I do the same thing back, Try and be energetic and play the songs and make a lot of eye contact because I love to just have, see everybody dancing, having a good time. It's really great.
Real close relationship. It's kind of like if you look at it, it's like your mate. You know what I'm saying? Someone you care about. You're always trying to please them. I know that I'll always take 1, 2, 3, 4 crates full of records. Because if I'm playing this song and this is the style I'm going to, and the crowd is not dancing, then that's my crowd, and I need to get them dancing. So I need to switch up and go to where they want to go. The DJ can take the crowd on a ride, but you have to get the crowd's attention first. If you do not have the crowd's attention, you're not going to take them anywhere. So the relationship between me and the crowd is always really close. I do a lot of eye contact, and I recognize people when I see that some people are dancing and they look at me and they're like, man, I love this song. I'll look at them and go, yeah, you go, dance, and I'll hype them up. I see a girl dance and I'm like, go girl, I'm gonna keep you going, you keep me going. And that's the type of relationship that I try to keep with the crowd. And you never see me, once I get through here, I'm down there with the crowd. You're not gonna see me in VIP too long. I'll stay in VIP and say hi to all the other DJs and do my business thing, welcome the headliners and welcome to the club, you need anything.
It just gets escalates until everybody's just freaking out. So it's really a lot of fun. Really, especially if you can do kind of a long set, just what I'm gonna play next, or what would sound good next, or do I want to calm it down a little bit and then save my really good records, because I have my little arsenal that I keep off to the side, my peak time records, and when do I want to get into those? That's basically what it is I'm just, if they're really enjoying a song, because it's usually a song that I like too, and I want to stop and dance and listen to it and have a good time, but I got to be worried about what I'm going to play next and queuing up the next record and people start talking to you.
know you have the attention of your crowd when you're sitting there and you can do movements and they react to it. You know, we were at DVA, and I was opening up for Monk that night, and I had the crowd going, you know, and it was building up, and I just started with my fingers. I started going like this, you know, and the crowd just started screaming, and I was going like this, you know. When you do that, and any DJ can do that, you know, but when you're able to do that and get the crowd to just scream because you're going like this with your fingers, you know, you have the crowd. You have the crowd. You have the crowd right there where you want them. Now you can take them anywhere you want to go. That's the most awesomest. I mean, it's unbelievable. You know, it is unbelievable. There's no feeling like it.
I'm going to do one more promo CD and get it out and try and get signed to a label and put out a mixed CD on an actual record label, and just try and keep getting booked.
I would like to play out as much as possible. I'm now in the, I've been doing some production, remixes and original stuff.
As far as any goals, I want to start getting into more of the producing. All I do songs on now are my computer at home, and it's you know, I've had some offers to do some stuff, so I'm gonna start working on those and get some CDs out and hopefully get signed and start playing out a lot more, and just keep doing what I'm doing because it's amazing and I love it, you know, and I'm not gonna stop until somebody makes me. You know, that's the plan.
Yeah, I'd like to travel a lot more than I have been. You know, it's hard to, especially being a male. You know, you're a female, you're gone. If you can mix, you're gone now, because there's not that many females out there. You know, male, you got every other man to compete with. You know, it's like, put me in the ring. Here we go. So, but yeah, I would love to spin out more. I stay busy here in town, but I do wish I could get more out of town. You know, I've been as far as Alaska spinning. It doesn't happen every weekend. You know, there's DJs out there that are booked out of town Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Some of them Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. You know, or all week, or all month. You know, I'd like to get there. I think it'd be fun. I don't know that I would do it for a long, long time, but I would like to do that for a little while. Just travel.